welcome to the Ladies Lounge. We are back for another session. I'm your girl Mo Soul,
Calandra Vons,
Dorinda Alexander,
and Big Slim.
and we are glad you guys come to visit us. And our topic today is: do you think that a submissive woman unknowingly controls a man?
That's a good question.
That's
a good one right there.
Yeah.
You gonna jump right into it? How you feel, Mo?
I feel like it's kind of knowingly, because we know, like, if you find the right man to submit to, he kind of does whatever you want, because most men just want a woman that's going to submit to them and stroke their ego. And really, it's not a bad thing, especially if you have the right man that's capable of receiving you being submissive to him. It just flows like water. So when you're submissive to a man and you allow a man that knows how to be a man to be a man, then really your submission, you're controlling his actions, because you're making him feel good. And nobody else is doing this to him but you. So all he want to do is make you happy.
Yeah, I can see that. How you feel, Kalani?
I mean, I agree with it. I mean, I think it's in different ways. It depends on what you detail talking about. But the way she's saying it, yeah, because I mean, if I'm sitting here and I'm doing kind of what he wants me to do and being this pretty woman, and he think, oh yeah, I run everything in my house or whatever. I mean, you really kind of are controlling him in a sense, because he might not go and do this, he might not go and do that. You know what I mean? He might, because my girl do this and I ain't gotta work. You know what I'm saying? So depending on what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So it automatically made me think of that viral Facebook post that's been going around with the two different women, and one of them, it was like, she 25 years old, no kids, submissive, GED, making 15 an hour, versus the 35-year-old with 2 kids that's bossy, with 2 degrees and makes 6 figures. And if you look in the comments, a lot of the men are choosing the 25-year-old that's submissive for the fact that she is submissive. Because, which I get told I'm bossy quite often, but I'm also single.
But they probably ain't understanding too that, submissive is different than controlling.
Right. And
so not controlling.
And to me, a bossy person can be submissive once, like Mo said, if you give me something to submit to. And in that submissiveness, I do think that men will naturally rise to the occasion and lead a lot better, and you are more prone to get better reactions and results out of a man when you can submit. But for me, it's you got to give me something to submit to first.
But not only that, women that are bossy or that control every aspect of their life to the T, they want to be submissive, because it's like, I control everything. This is the one thing I don't want to control.
Yes.
So a bossy woman will be more submissive than a woman that does not have any control on her day-to-day life.
And then it goes back to what she's saying. I think that they more intimidated by the bossy.
But I'm gonna kind of play devil's advocate with that, because there are some bossy women that are way too independent to submit.
That's what I was thinking.
Way too independent to submit. I'm not one of those. I get told I'm bossy a lot, but in my relationships, I can be very submissive, almost to a fault. Almost to a fault. So I guess it just depends, but I do think men are they're going to be more inclined to do certain things for you that they probably wouldn't if they felt like you're trying to walk all over them like a doormat and trying to control them.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say submissive, do you think that's something that's kind of natural, or it comes with the person that you with that kind of make you just like...
I think for some it's natural, for some it's not. But I think it's possible for all.
Yeah.
It just depends on who you're interacting with. There are some men that I've encountered that I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
But then there's men that I've encountered that it's almost like, am I being the doormat now because I'm being so submissive?
Yeah.
But that in turn is because they were not treating me right.
Yeah. I mean, and y'all right about that, because you'll find some women that will cater to their man. You be like, why? But
Right.
if you have a woman that you can tell that she's happy and she's completely catering to that man, just know he is making her 10 times happier than she's making him. And it's just feeding off that energy.
So less a load on her.
Yeah,
On what she
because-
have to do. So she
Yeah.
won't have to be so
Yeah.
independent. So yeah. Most
Because
definitely.
we don't like being independent. I don't care if nobody say, well, me, I can't speak for nobody. I don't like being independent. I mean, it is a flex to be able to hold down a household all by yourself and
Right.
still function and have a life. I'm not going to take that away from me, but I don't like being independent.
Yeah. Right.
I don't like at the end of my day, I don't have anybody to tell how my day went or somebody to bounce ideas. I don't like that. Like, it's cool that, you know, some things about it is cool, but at the end of the day, everybody needs somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you don't know who's right. But when you find when you find a man that can lead and a woman that being submissive, they got a good, they meshing well together. And a lot of people don't understand that because I'm so independent. Can't no man tell me what to do. You can tell me what to do if you can tell me what to do.
Yeah. In the
Like,
right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I feel
Jill
like
Scott said, if you can tell me, or whatever she said, y'all know what she said. It's in the aspect. If you can tell me what to do, tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. And we be knowing who has the potential, not even potential, who has the ramification to be able to tell us what we can do.
Yeah.
We know.
To me, it takes a lot of trust.
Yes.
And I have trust issues. So if I can't fully trust you, I won't fully submit to you.
Yeah.
But see, that's
But that also comes with security.
But
Yeah.
that's in itself is that we're controlling the situation because we're willing to be submissive. But if we give you a test and you don't pass it, then you're
Yeah.
not ready.
Yeah.
You're not ready. So we're pretty much leading you in a direction. No.
Yeah.
It's a
I think it's funny how many women find offense to the word submissive these days. There's a lot of women who
Yeah.
are like, I'm not going to be submissive to nobody. I hate that word and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it doesn't have to be something negative. There's a lot of
Yeah.
women that look at being
Right.
submissive as something negative.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I find a lot of beauty in it, to be honest.
Yeah. It is beautiful.
And
'Cause
I'm
it
like,
puts you in your
yeah.
soft girl era.
Yeah.
Really, because being submissive means I'm allowing you to take a lot of stress off of me while all I got to worry about is the inner workings of the relationship.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holding stuff.
So why do you think that they choose the younger, no kids,
submissive?
version of
Well,
the woman?
I think some, not in all situations, but I think in some situations, a lot of older men think that they can get a younger woman and control her, like to kind of mold her into the, not her own person, but whatever person he wants her to be. In the naivety of those young women, make it easy to happen versus somebody that's older, a little bit more experienced in life. They're not going to quite go for the bullshit as easy versus a younger one. So I think a lot of them just do it because they know they're naive. They're going to bump their head and listen to every fucking word that they say. And then that man can literally mold her into whatever woman he wants her to be instead of the woman she wants herself to be.
Most definitely.
But yeah.
I can most definitely see that. How you feel about that, Mo? Why you feel like they chose the?
I can go with that, but it's also a lot of times it really has nothing to do with age. Sometimes men don't like women that are combative, but I feel like that is one of those things that is needed. Just like a woman wants to feel soft and submit to the right man, a woman is us being so nurturing. We're automatically, when we see something going wrong, we're gonna tell y'all about it. Not to be nagging, not to trying to make you feel bad, but hey, we see you going wrong. And like a lot of times when it comes to nurturing ain't always pretty. Like nurturing is not always pretty, and it doesn't come wrapped up in a pretty bow. Anytime, even in nature, when mothers are being nurturing, sometimes they hurting their babies. Like, so it's like nurturing is supposed to be like loud and catch your attention so you can not do what you're doing. Like, I can't be like, no, don't do that. You're not going to listen. Be like, hey, shit. And, know, unfortunately, it comes out bad because it's like, who you talking to like that? But that's the only way I get you to listen to me when I talk to you like this.
Yeah.
But also that motherly instinct.
Yeah. Because what we do to our kids when our kids doing something, they about to burn themselves, we don't be like, no, baby. We like, hey! And we scare the fuck out of them. You might cry because I scared you, but at least you didn't burn yourself.
Scared me.
Right, you didn't burn yourself. I'd rather you be crying because I scared you. Or crying because I burnt you and that burn gonna hurt longer than me just scaring you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, that's just how I look at it.
Most definitely. How you feel about it, Kalanda? Why do you feel like you asked the question, why do you feel like they went with the more...
To me, it ain't really like she said about the age. I just think that when a person feel like they can not, like I said, there's a difference between controlling and being submissive. But when a person feel like they can't tell another person what to do, they feel like they lacking their respect or that, you know, whatever it is in their relationship or whatever. So I feel like that's what it is mostly. Like if they feel like they can't tell you what to do, off the top, regardless of if you want to try to learn to be submissive or whatever, if they feel like off the top, woman or man can't tell you what to do, then sometimes it don't work out like that. It don't matter on the age or whatever, or if they have no kids or not and make $15 an hour to CEO, you know what I'm saying? She could be a CEO, no kids and whatever, and still be the same age, but still be not submissive. And they probably would still choose that one that's don't make no money, whatever it is. That will be submissive.
Which to me, all those other things were irrelevant to the conversation.
Yeah.
Or to the point that they were trying to get across, other than the money.
Right. It was
because money drives a lot of people.
Yeah. Most definitely do. So Mo, you said that the submissive part is kind of knowingly. How do you feel like? What made you feel like it's kind of knowingly?
Because I mean, if you look at women in the past, if you look at Cleopatra, she learned that making a man feel some type of way gives you the advantage to have power over that man. Because if you can make a man feel safe in every aspect of his life, that's how a lot of women manipulate men. Like, because again, you can either be doing it for the right reason and give this man everything he ever wanted, or you can do it to get something out of it. But at the end of the day, a man just want to feel heard and seen and have a safe space and be able to talk to you about everything. And when you give him that safe space, he starts to listen to you. He starts to take your advice. So if you're doing it in a manipulating form, you can convince a man to do pretty much anything that you want him to do, all because you made him feel safe.
That's a snake, though.
That's a snake. But that's the problem. That's where it comes in. That when you have a woman that is genuinely trying to give a man that, it scares him. It scares him because again, this is just my opinion, but if a man hasn't been loved properly, now he's trying to figure out what your motive is. Why are you being so nice to me? Like,
and that's what majority.
Why? And it's like, I'm being nice to you because I really do like you, and this is my way of showing you I like you. I don't know how to not like you. You've done something that made me like you, and you didn't even know it, and you're not used to receiving what I'm giving you, and it's so easy, and it's like, that's why you get men and ex-women, you must be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why something gotta be wrong with me? Maybe I'm ready to find somebody to love. Like, so that's the battle that we be going through. You'll find men that'll run up on women like that and they'll be scared. And it's like, unfortunately, when they're scared, there's nothing you can do to make them unscared. It doesn't matter how much you try to show them. It's like, the more you try to show a man that's scared to completely give you his heart, the more he realize, something ain't right. Like, you supposed to be acting crazy. Like, I pull back from you, you supposed to be acting crazy. Why are you not acting crazy? Or if you pull completely back, why are you not chasing me? Because you said you didn't want me to chase you. Like, so, I don't know. You do control them, and I don't think that's a bad thing, because, I mean, everybody needs somebody to guide them. They do. Because it's like, when they trust you, then it in turns, when it's time for you to need some type of guidance in life, because you giving them the proper guidance, they can give you the proper guidance as your man, your boyfriend, your husband, or whatever, because y'all build that trust with each other, where y'all trust
It's
for
being submissive
right
to each other.
You value each other's opinion, and you're giving each other genuine opinion on things that'll make each other's life better. Because y'all been working on that, and y'all leaned on each other, and you told this person something and it worked out, and vice versa. And that's how you build a relationship, that no matter what, even if we're going through it, I've shown you enough times that I'm telling you something that can give you in a better direction. So you can be angry at this person and they say something, because this is your track record. You sit down and you think about what they say, and you be like, that makes sense.
Yeah. Which is why it gets kind of tricky when you use the word control.
Yes.
Because is it really control, or is it this person loves you and it shows through their actions and how they handle you, treat you, the things they do for you and things like that? Is that necessarily control?
That's not control.
You know, right. But it's still a form of submission. It's still them doing what they, like what you want them to do, or something that you ask them to do, but it's just reciprocation.
Yeah.
And you're both submitting to each other.
But it's also a thin line between the two.
But when it comes to submission, you make that decision. Anybody that's ever had anybody submit to somebody, even when it comes to the domination and stuff, the dom always asks the sub, is this something you want to do? The dom can't do nothing without the sub approval. So you're the one that is giving submission to whoever you're submitting to. Can't nobody make you submit to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't nobody. Like,
Right.
Maybe they can beat submission out of you, but that ain't even submission. I'm just doing it because I want my ass.
That's torture.
Right.
It's torture. But true submission, you are the one who allows yourself to submit to somebody.
Right.
You've given them the power to say, I think you are worthy for me to submit to you. Nobody can make you submit. That's you. When you decide to be submissive to somebody, you trust that person enough to do that. And they should feel honored that you're allowing them to have that type of power over you.
Yeah. So why do y'all think so many women in this day and age have struggled with that?
And that's what I was going to
Because
say.
a lot of time men don't lead right. When the woman actually gives them the power to be submissive, then they fuck it up, and then you have to come around and pick it up, and you're like, nope, I'm not doing it anymore. And then if you do decide to submit again, that's when you have a fail safe in case it comes, something messes up, or you won't be in the same boat.
But it's also the same thing with sisters. The sisters, the friends, they look inside out, and whether it's a boyfriend, because I don't know about boyfriend wise, but you know, you said boyfriend and all this, but if you being submissive to them, the woman on the outside, the friend, the sister might not know how to be submissive, don't know what that looks like, and so they're judging yours on the point of, oh, you letting him control you. That's why I say it's a thin line between a lot of that.
Yes, it is.
So that's why I think nowadays, even in society as women, we don't know how or what that is, because we all get that judgment.
I think a lot of us, what she said earlier, is so stuck on being independent because we have fought to get out of that era, you know, depending on the man or whatever, that we're so independent that it's hard for us to just kind of just let things flow and be in that submissive state. So I think it has a lot to do with independency, for real, like honestly. We're just so strong up. We're just so strong up. I mean, but there's nothing wrong with that. But
you have to realize that comes from when we did allow a man to lead. We had to pick ourselves back up. Like, we had to start all over again, because when we do get comfortable letting him lead, we kind of just be like, he got it, he got it, he got it, and then he don't got it. And then,
but that comes with us. We have to choose that right person to lead, though.
Yeah.
So.
But here's the thing. Even when you think you've chosen the right person, a person will show you different sides of them throughout your whole relationship. So that's something we shouldn't say. You have to choose the right person, because at that time when you chose that person, in that moment, they were the right person. You can't do anything about people changing on you. And that's what we try to fault ourselves on. You were that person. That's why I chose you. You didn't show me a gang of red flags, and I still said, you the one. You were showing me green flags, and I was like, you're the one. And then all of a sudden, the flags went to yellow, and then they went to red. So it's like, how did we get here? So it's
But
like
We have to get back to starting to get to know one another.
Yeah.
But we can't jump into relationships and then be like, oh, it's green flags, and then when we get in a relationship, you see all these red flags. That's why we have to go through the steps. You have to see those people in all those states before you be like, oh, okay, I'm ready to be in a relationship.
But people may never show you all those states.
That's sometimes.
That's hard.
Sometimes women will go in with those rose-colored glasses too, and the things that they think are green flags are really red flags, and you just don't know it until you take the glasses off.
Yeah.
Like that happens a lot. So and then hindsight is always 20/20, and you get on the other side of it, and you like, damn, I should have noticed that from jump.
Yeah, most definitely. It happens. Yeah. It happens. Most definitely.
Yeah, you're right about that. But I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to taking accountability,
I
feel like it comes to when you're trying to take accountability for how somebody perceives themselves to you. You can't. That's not you. That's as long as you perceive yourself the way that you want it to be perceived and how you are genuine. I don't think you can really control the other person.
Yeah. And that's what I've learned over the years. I can't control that person. Just what I give in and what I know I give to that person. That's all I can roll with.
That's it.
That's all I can roll with.
That's it.
Let them people be who they are.
That's it.
But submissive. Y'all single, right? So how long are we jumping out of this real fast? Do you see yourself being submissive to somebody really fast, or do you just kind of like feel them out first, or is it just like a natural thing?
It's not fast for me, but like I said, because it's a trust and security thing, and I got trust issues, so I have to, like, it has to take time for me to build that, get to know you, be able to trust you, be able to feel secure with you. And a lot of people think security is just with money, and it's not. When I say security, I mean emotionally secure.
Yeah.
Like if I'm putting my heart in your hands, are you gonna guard that with everything that you have and treat it right? And so until I can feel like you are gonna it's gonna inch there. Like you'll see me getting there, but that wall is high. I'm not gonna lie, it's high. It's high. It's high. So to me, it takes time. It's not just an instant. I gotta trust you. And trust is hard for me.
Do you find yourself being submissive like really fast? Like far as
different levels. Like it's different levels for me when it comes to submission in different parts of the relationship. So it just depends. I'm not gonna say because I don't think it's a time limit. Because somebody can come through and do everything they supposed to do and be who they supposed to do, and you be fighting, not to be submissive, but that's what you want to do because they're doing it. So I think it's just based on the person.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely not a time limit, and it is based on the person too. But like I say, I mean, I've been married for 15 years, so I'm not always submissive.
Right.
I'm really not. Like I'm really just like a, it
whatever.
depends.
You look like whatever.
Really
okay.
But I do try to let my husband take the lead a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's that submissiveness in me, just trying to let but being a Leo too and being the person I am one that tries to be more competitive than anything. So I don't know.
The one time that I was almost married, I was engaged, I was very submissive in that relationship. Very.
Yeah.
So do you feel like moving forward, like when you found yourself being submissive and that didn't work out, did you kind of pull back?
Oh, absolutely.
Is that when you
the
pulled
submission
back
was gone?
Yeah, because you can give somebody too much and they can take advantage.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
Most definitely. Most
He absolutely
definitely
did.
I see that a lot.
Yeah.
I find myself being, I try not to be like that. I'm, even in dating, it's horrible to say. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm there, I'm trying to do this, trying to do that. So I try not to. I'm trying to get on your level to where I got to pull back and have that wall an inch there. But I be jumping in and be ready.
It's not necessarily coming from the most healthiest place, though. I will be the first to admit it because it's coming from a place of fear from my past.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that mine is like a healthy, I hold back. Because sometimes like people can literally be genuine in their pursuit towards me, and because of my own fear, I'm getting in my own way. So there's a fine line with it for sure.
Most definitely.
I can definitely say there's been at least one or two that I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have let him get away. But it was because I was in my own way.
Yeah.
Ooh. She said, "Damn, he got away.
Yeah.
Where you at? Jump back. Just jump back."
Like, for real.
Hey, come on back around.
Yeah.
Spin the block one time. One spin, you know.
One spin.
But no, yeah.
No.
It's too late. That shit done sailed.
Okay, you said you've been married 15 years. It's beautiful. First of all, let me just say that. So, was it hard for you to? You say you don't submit, so let
Well, I
me
mean, I ain't gonna say I don't.
It's hard.
I do, try.
Okay. We got one
In a
minute,
sense,
yeah.
it depends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it depends. Certain situations, like
certain
you said.
situations.
I'm like, let me break down that wall. Let me just submit a little bit. That's understandable. We gotta get to that level. I want to get to that level. 15 years. Amen. Love it.
Okay, y'all. Well, that concludes our topic for the day about being a submissive woman and unknowingly controlling a man.
Through submission.
We said what we said. You guys can come in the comments and
Drop
give
some
your
feedback.
We would love to hear your feedback. So again, it's your girl Mo Soul.
Calandra Vons.
Dorinda Alexander.
And Big Slim.
And we will talk to y'all later. All our tags will be in the description. Bye.
Toodles caboodles.